In a town like Port Charles, where vendettas are currency and loyalty is tested daily, the silence of a man like Sonny speaks louder than most threats. Sonny Corinthos has long ruled the underworld of General Hospital with a blend of brutal justice and fierce protection for those he calls family. But lately, one question has begun to ripple through the city's streets, boardrooms, and hospital corridors alike: why hasn't Sonny done anything about Drew Kane? In a time when Drew has managed to alienate almost everyone in Port Charles, manipulating children, tearing families apart, and positioning himself as a powerful and untouchable figure, Sonny's uncharacteristic restraint has created a vacuum, one filled with growing tension, confusion, and unease. The city is holding its breath, and viewers are watching closely, because if there's one thing Port Charles has learned, it's that Sonny never lets a betrayal go unanswered forever. Drew Kane's fall from grace has been both shocking and inevitable. Once seen as a man of principle, a soldier-turned-hero with a moral compass that guided him through countless storms, Drew has transformed into something much darker. Somewhere between his return from captivity and his political ambitions, he abandoned the very values that once defined him. He's no longer the man who earned Carly's trust or who sacrificed for Sam and Scout. This Drew is ruthless, manipulative, and vindictive. He has dismantled Míchel's marriage, weaponized family court proceedings to inflict pain on those who opposed him, and used his position of power in Congress to shield himself from consequences. He's turned Wiley into a pawn and has done everything in his power to isolate Carly from her son and grandchildren. His public persona may still shimmer with charm, but behind closed doors, Drew has become a tyrant. Yet Sonny, who has destroyed men for far less, is nowhere to be seen in this war. It's a curious omission from a man who once left a trail of blood across the city for the sake of his children. When John Cates targeted Christina, Sonny's retribution was swift and severe. When Dante was threatened, Sonny put his own life on the line. But now, as Drew targets Míchel, manipulates Wiley, and disrespects Carly, Sonny remains still, watching from the shadows, or perhaps not watching at all. It's the kind of restraint that suggests either transformation or calculation. And neither possibility is comforting. Some speculate that Sonny's recent trials have left him distracted. His world has been crumbling piece by piece. Natalia's tragic death hit him hard, emotionally and politically. Joe's revelation as his nephew has added complexity to already fragile family dynamics. Ada Turner's crusade to bring him down has become more relentless, and Sidwell is circling like a shark, hoping to bleed Sonny's empire dry. He's still recovering from heart surgery, balancing the physical and psychological toll of aging, betrayal, and power slipping through his fingers. Perhaps Drew simply doesn't register on his radar right now, not as an immediate threat, at least. Maybe Sonny thinks Míchel can handle this on his own. But there's another, darker theory, one that fits the man Sonny truly is. Perhaps he's not ignoring Drew. Perhaps he's studying him. Calculating. Waiting. Sonny has always understood timing better than most. He knows that striking too early risks failure, and striking too late risks irrelevance. Drew is still protected by his congressional title, still playing the hero in public. Any action against him now would be risky, messy, and could backfire. But every day, Drew isolates himself more. Every lie he tells, every bridge he burns, weakens his position. And when the time comes? When Drew is stripped of allies and hiding behind the last threadbare veil of power, Sonny may be waiting to strike with the precision and brutality that has defined his legacy. This isn't a vendetta Sonny can afford to rush. Drew has already outmaneuvered many who opposed him. Willow, despite everything, still hesitates to cut ties completely. Carly, while hurt, hasn't unleashed her full fury, yet. Even Jason, back in Port Charles and trying to make sense of the world he returned to, hasn't made a definitive move against Drew. That silence speaks to more than fear. It speaks to the complexity of Drew's deception. He hasn't just hurt people, he's convinced some of them to protect him. That's a game Sonny knows all too well. But Port Charles is a city of reckoning. It always has been. And Drew's enemies are gathering. Ava, who knows a manipulator when she sees one, has started asking the right questions. Brooklyn, fiercely loyal to her family, isn't buying the sanitized version of Drew's actions. Nina, wounded and vengeful, may yet find common cause with Sonny against a shared adversary. Even Anna, worn down by espionage and politics, may find herself forced to confront the truth about Drew's abuse of power. It's not a matter of if Drew will fall, it's only a matter of when and how hard. And when that fall comes, it's almost certain that Sonny will be at the center of it, whether directly or through one of his many proxies. There's a quiet poetry to Sonny's current inaction. He's always been a man who let others underestimate him. His enemies often mistake silence for weakness, distance for disinterest. But beneath that calm exterior is a mind that never stops calculating. Sonny has survived betrayals from within his own family, coups from rival mobs, and attacks from the legal system. He doesn't respond to every threat with noise, he waits for the precise moment when his response can destroy. Drew is not a street-level thug. He's a polished, powerful operator who thinks he's above the rules. That kind of arrogance demands a different kind of punishment, one that comes from the inside, when the victim doesn't even see it coming. If Sonny does strike, it will be devastating. Not just physically, but reputationally. He knows how to dismantle a man from the inside out, how to ruin his legacy, turn his allies against him, and leave him with nothing but regret and silence. Drew's crimes have been carefully disguised as ambition, his cruelty masked as righteousness. But Sonny has a way of exposing hypocrisy like no one else. When the time comes, Sonny may not pull the trigger himself. He may not have to. But his hand will be in the shadows, guiding the fall. The audience, meanwhile, watches with a mix of frustration and fascination. They want Drew to pay. They want Sonny to rise again, not just as a mob boss, but as the force of justice he's always been in his own morally twisted way. They remember the man who would do anything to protect his family. And they wonder whether that man still exists, buried beneath the scars and betrayals of recent years. The truth is, he does. And when Sonny returns to form, Port Charles better be ready. Because Sonny doesn't just settle scores. He ends them. So the question remains, not if Sonny will take down Drew, but when. And whether Drew, in all his arrogance and ambition, will even see it coming before it's too late. In the world of General Hospital, silence is never just silence. It's the calm before the storm. And that storm is long overdue.